Hey everybody, I'm Chris.
I'm Seamus.
I'm Rootscar.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Mumbles.
Stable for now.
Wait. And today we're playing, I'm sorry, something wrong?
What? No.
Hey, Caden.
Nothing's. What are you talking about?
What? What's wrong?
I mean, Caden's shirtless.
Josh?
That's kind of, I don't know, creepy.
Josh, do you have a cold or something? Is there something wrong with your butt?
No. I didn't know. I don't have a cold. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Definitely not.
So, what's going on?
Why would I have a cold?
So Caden got beat up by Robo Lady.
So, I know
And sent
Mumbles
to the
really
world's
wants us
smallest
to do
hospital.
like the Renegade thing here, but I want to do the Paragon one just because it gives Shepard actual characterization.
Alright.
So, does the interface not tell you anymore whether something you're about to do is Paragon or Renegade?
It looks like it's lighting up, like the line.
No,
It was both red, they were-
the same color.
Oh man, look at how shitty that
those are-
pasted on texture for Caden's face is. Look at that!
It
The
is
seams
really
are cut
bad.
with a goddamn trowel.
You need anything, Doc, let me know.
Dude, what the hell happened to the faces in this game?
Fight.
They look
It's
worse
a
than the
good
Mass
play.
Effect 1 faces. I don't understand. I mean, we haven't even seen Joker yet, but just wait.
I actually mentioned this in the comments. People were talking about what did happen with the art style in this game. Everything looks very flat. It looks like flat, dull plastic, kind of like the Old Republic. And I suggested in the comments, and I have no proof to back this up, but I suggested the idea that sort of the bland, sort of soulless art thing they have going on in parts of this game, not all of it, but there are some parts of it that are just very uninspired, and that some of that is just talent dilution, where what BioWare has been doing is trying to turn out games faster, and to do that, you just hire more people and just throw more personnel at the problem. But, you know, having twice as many people doesn't really give you the same quality work at twice as fast.
Increasing your team size by 100% does not give you 100% more or better work. It's not a linear kind of scale there.
And the new people probably aren't as good at using the tools, and so you're going to end up with just more. You know, it's not going to be as masterfully made as the old stuff.
This is the disadvantage of the games being so expensive to produce, is that they can't afford a model where they have an A team and a B team. You know, a B team working on like lower risk, lower cost projects, so they can identify the talent and use those to bolster the ranks of, you know, their high quality releases.
I think we'll go this way.
You know, you can't afford to have two projects, especially if one isn't a guaranteed home run.
Right.
No, I want to go this way. No.
Damn it, Josh.
No, Shepard,
Stop
you're
trying
not
to
doing
play a
it
video
right.
game and watch the movie.
So where's
Shepard,
the
you see,
part
it's,
where...
It's
Where's the
this
part
way.
where you follow the maze of blood and find your baby?
I don't know, I think what we're... Like, the darkness is coming for us, right? And we need to get, like, a flashlight.
Are you guys playing the
it
path?
finally gave up. It finally gave up and put me over next
Wow,
to the child.
I wish I knew about that. That's actually faster than what it makes you do, which is chase this stupid kid all over the place.
Bye,
and
kid.
This is really frustrating to me. I mean, you could just see the writer trying so hard here, and I'm not against the idea, but it's just so ham-handed here that these sequences really got on my nerve.
I still say it. If they wanted to make a death at the beginning of the game that gave Shepard, you know, a real reason to be really regretful, it should have been a named character that was from one of the other games. I mean, they don't. Okay, spoiler, they don't really have a problem with killing off characters from other games here, so I don't see why they didn't do that here.
Killing
And
off
you know, I
characters
mean,
from the
okay.
games. Yes, Bastila Ashan should have been the one to die. Definitely.
That would kind of get awkward since it's the same voice actress. But
Well, I
okay.
mean, part of the reason that they have the kid is that they don't want any one particular character's death to be synonymous with everything that's motivating Shepard. If Thane dies, that's what motivates Shepard, versus Anderson versus Miranda. Every one of those characters would have a different meaning to motivate Shepard, and that kind of.
So they just picked a character that nobody cares about.
Yes. But I see what you're saying, Chris. That's a really good point. If they put Caden or Ashley in there, and you were one of those players that was like, man, I never cared about Caden. Why is the game acting like I suddenly care about Caden? Oh, I forget. Somebody joked about, what if they made it Jenkins? Who's, he dies during the tutorial in Mass Effect 1. And they made it Jenkins. And that would be hilarious.
Okay, so side note, Traskolgo? Like the guy who dies in the intro to Knights of the Old Republic?
Yes!
Apparently he's a massively significant figure in this new Star Wars Expanded Universe canon. Look it up!
I thought you were alone.
It's not like it's like he's hailed as the savior of the galaxy.
Oh, hey, it's our
because
Kelly
he holds off
replacement.
Darth Bandon. And there's they have his preserved head in I forget, like in or they have Darth Bandon's head or something.
A Futurama style bowl.
Yeah, he's like Alderon's favorite son or something.
We upgraded communications and removed
I liked Trainer here way better than Kelly from the last game. Trainer actually kind of fills a really nice role that they needed in a narrative sense. When you need somebody to throw some technobabble at you, they were using Joker for it in the last game, and that didn't always work. And sometimes it wasn't appropriate to do it with Edie. And Trainer kind of fills a nice thing where she can be doing things away from everybody else and figuring things out, and giving you little bits of exposition, so it's not all Edie explaining things to you, or just doing everything. I kind of liked what they did with this character. I mean, I wasn't super attached to her, but I thought she filled a really... She worked so much better than Kelly, I'll put it that way.
Fully self-aware. Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
So since the world's ending, why don't we just tell you everything about how we broke the laws and made an AI?
Attractive.
You betrayed the law!
Anyway,
and I think this part here is to explain Edie to the player, in case you didn't play the previous game and you're like, what? So you've got a computer, and you don't just need to explain that Edie is self-aware, you need to establish that that's a big deal in this universe. Because, I mean, going into most sci-fi universes, you just expect, there's robots everywhere, no one cares. So you have to establish, okay, a real AI is a big deal in this universe. VI that doesn't really care about anything, it just is a really smart computer, is fundamentally different, and Edie is one and not the other. And this sets that up for anybody that's
Speaking
new.
of which, I believe Admiral Hackett would like to speak to you at the VidCon.
Yeah, by this point I was pretty much screaming, "Let me walk around my ship, god damn it!"
Yeah, I had that too, where it's like, I know all this, and I want to see the new ship, and it's just this logjam of exposition. I mean, this is a lot of cutscenes. You've got the dream sequence, a conversation with Liara, a conversation with Trainer, and then Hackett.
What? What? I'm done with them. What's your plan? I'm trying to get a Turian Primarch to help me with this other thing that I'm doing. Wait, what? So I guess you're done with dealing with the council, so you'll deal with the other politicians. Okay.
I'd like to point out that this is still, we are over an hour in, and this is still basically the tutorial.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and not even a tutorial. I mean, there has not been much gameplay in this tutorial. This is mostly exposition with a small amount of tutorial,
Which is okay.
Tutorial.
And when it's finished,
It was just a little weird considering the other two Mass Effects kind of started out the gameplay from the get-go.
Well, and this wouldn't be so bad if they didn't have to establish... I mean, again, if the Crucible was established, if a lot of this other stuff was already established, so we didn't have to stop and explain all the new crap we're pulling out of the writers' butts right now.
Wait, we're still trying to save Earth?
I understand, Admiral.
How does that work? I'm confused. Earth is... There's like a billion Reapers on... What are we going to do to save Earth? Are we going? If we blow up Earth, I will forgive you.
We need to go to the Turian homeworld where they're doing okay against the Reapers and convince them to divert some of their fleet to our lost
Okay,
cause.
being the operative term here. Okay, someone explain to me how this works. So this is the center line of the ship, and for some reason they decided to build this great big war room where the armory and like the conference room had been. Why?
What?
Is this way off over here? I don't understand what's going on here. Logically, this room, the great big super communications quantum entanglement room, should be outside of the hull of the ship. I don't understand how this is supposed to work logically in physical space.
To my shame, I normally look for stuff like that, and I totally missed that detail. But you're right. That room where you were just talking to Hackett should totally be sticking way outside of the ship. Huh. And I missed it. Derp.
And even if this is like right next to the outer hull, why are you putting perhaps the most important feature of your command and control ship right next to the exterior hull where it's most likely to get hit?
I have a much simpler complaint. We're a military thing, right? We're getting lots of incognito and controversial top secret things. Why is there no door on that room where we're talking to the admirals?
We couldn't have a spy on board. That's ridiculous. Oh, hey, check it out. The mandatory obvious loading room block. Yeah, I need to go through security every time I go to my goddamn war room. Thank you. I need two guys guarding that door. Airport security.
Oh, sorry. Looks like the scanner picked something up. Time for the cavity search.
Actually, I don't want to talk to you.
That would be hilarious if they gave Shepard crap because Shepard had nail clippers with her.
Part of what they do with that room, though, is they also use it not just to mask loading, but to give you a buttload of exposition, because after every mission, those two ladies, soldiers, will have a little bit of banter.
Understood, Commander.
They're kind of the voice from back home. They're kind of the voice of what does the rest of humanity that's not fighting think of this?
I'll have done more than I ever did in the lab.
And actually, that works okay. Not great, but it helps. It helps in a way that the rest of the game doesn't try. Yeah.
So we got our private terminal.
Private terminal, sound off.
And oh yeah, we're Spectre again. We covered that last episode. Yay, that happened. Actually, before we leave,
Special
let's
Ops.
go talk to Joker.
Play Spec Ops The Line, dude.
I still haven't played that yet. I need to get to that.
Play it on your private terminal. Trainer looks over and you're there playing Spec Ops on your space computer.
Hey, check it out, it's Joker! Oh my god, what did they do to your face model? Your eyeballs. What happened?
He's got crazy eyes.
He does have a case of crazy eyes. I thought that was just me. I'm like, when I played this game, I was like, has he always been like that and I've just never noticed?
I think he put on weight. It looks like he's 10
yeah,
pounds
he
heavier.
also looks like he put on a lot of weight.
Which, that's fine.
Yeah, why isn't Joker like a massive lard ass? He sits around all day.
Nobody brings him, nobody remembers to feed him.
You guys are dicks.
Going back to the kid part, because I wanted to talk about this while we were in there, but kind of forgot. I can't really fault BioWare for doing what they're doing with the kid, because it at least gives Shepard some kind of characterization beyond I am a brick. And I am
that is a question. Is it better to have no characterization or characterization that doesn't work? I mean, that's an open question.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker ship.
I would argue that it's better to at least try. And this was something that was really, really badly needed in Mass Effect 2 and just wasn't there, aside from one conversation at the end of the Lair of the Shadow Broker DLC. and that was a game where Shepard died. Why wasn't Shepard? Where were the questions? Am I really Shepard? Am I a clone? What was the afterlife like? Was there an afterlife? Do you remember anything about being dead? These are all questions that at least should have been acknowledged, that Shepard's got some kind, has been changed by that experience somehow, and didn't happen at all. So at the very least, they're trying with this game, but the kid is just such a clumsy way of doing it.
Well, I think part of the problem with the kid is that it really doesn't feel like... making those scenes interactive is, I think, a mistake, because all it is chasing after a kid, the player makes no meaningful choice, and it's just a slow thing that actually makes me hate the kid because I have to chase after him.
Yes, it wastes a lot of time. You're like, alright, I finished that, what's the outcome of this mission? And instead you've got to dick around in the woods for 3 minutes before you can get to your CIC and do whatever it is you were in the middle of.
I think if they actually had a bunch of, more frequent, but much shorter dream sequences where you'll wake up with night terrors after certain missions, and maybe in the middle of missions you'll see the kid the way you see G-Man in Half-Life, and it becomes this thing that you're that's consuming Shepard,
and then the
that would be
kid
cool.
becomes the G-Man.
Good to be back, Shepard.
That would
And at
certainly
the end
be
of the
better. I'll agree with
game,
that.
you're standing on top of the Citadel, and then Alex comes out, even though you told her to stay back in the control room, and then the dark matter reactor blows up. Then the G-Man shows up and snatches you away, and there's no conclusion whatsoever. That'd be great.
Are you going to recap every episode we've ever played of Spoiler Warning?
Pretty much at this point.
Oh god, it's a clip show.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, hang on. Seamus. Okay, I think your mic's a little weird. I just, when somebody's talking, something's weird.
Why, what's
Mumbles, are you
wrong?
hearing this too?
No. So
Mumbles?
we're down here with Vega, who is always doing exercises. Vega of the never unflexing bicep.
Same as
I
usual.
heard the word bud.
Non-committal, unhelpful.
What? Never unflexing butt?
Never unflexing pectorals. That's what I was going to say. His pecs are always flexed as if he was posing. They don't actually move. And this is an interesting thing. Here is a case, I always make fun of boob jiggle physics, but here I feel like we need the male equivalent of that. Because having this rigid body pectoral muscle that doesn't flex even when he's doing this particular exercise, am I the only one that sees this and thinks, is he just actually really scrawny and wearing a fake muscle chest under that shirt?
he's got incredibly large biceps, but that's the only muscular thing about him.
Man, while he's doing this exercise, there's something drastically wrong with his neck, too.
Well,
They should have
He
just
has
given
a
him the
neck?
voice of Strong Mad.
think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Oh, I can dance.
So I thought the sequence was kind of cool.
Let's do this.
Yeah, here's a little more
Shepard
characterization.
can dance, huh? Yeah, Shepard can seriously dance. Oh, they mean fist fight. Okay.
Yeah, we've already established that Shepard can't dance in the last game and should never try.
Yes.
But here's a bit of interesting, she has a conversation with Vega, and her approach to the fight also reflects the conversation they're having, which is a very movie thing to do, but I like that there's some player choice. You're not
What
just
was that
controlling a
renegade
dialogue
interrupt?
wheel.
Was that sucker
That was
punching
sucker
him while he's
punch.
talking
That
about
was-
his CO?
Yes, that's exactly what that was.
I think they're starting to confuse Renegade with Smacktard.
Sorry.
Well, that becomes a real problem, actually, is they really... you get Renegade points and you get Paragon points for completely arbitrary acts in this game, and in the previous.
Yeah.
Also, wow, Shepard has really scrawny looking arms.
She does. Really.
Nope.
Yeah,
I'm really not buying this fight here.
I know, it's like, wouldn't she just snap?
I do.
You a shrink too?
Oh, sucker punch.
Sucker punch. Wow, that must have felt like he was being hit with a balloon full of sand on the end of a string.
So?
Like,
That
does
was like
BioWare
being
think
smacked in the
that
face with a baby burp.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, small, slight people can be absolutely murderous in fights, but not in marquee
What?
boxing matches. Well, no, that's the thing. Is that like like a deadly fight is actually determined more by like who wants to tear the other person apart. But this is like a Marquis of Queensberry boxing match. The small, slender person does not win that one.
Thanks for the dance, Lola.
Well, then she just picks him up and throws him.
You
Obvious.
kinda look like a Lola.
Yes, obviously.
You're cute. So I'll let
It's kind of like watching like a 5-year-old slam a GI Joe into a Barbie doll.
Now you made me blush.
So, Vega is not Jacob, which is a good thing.
I really want to name my character Lola and do that again.
Oh my god, is there... Oh, I can see through the level geometry. It's right underneath the... I don't know if you guys can see it on the stream,
clearly
but...
now. I'm pushing my face up against the walls.